When does Genesee Street go back to 4 lanes? As somebody who comes on this show and talks about process all the time, the process and how this whole thing played out has got to be, I'm surprised you have any hair left in your head. You haven't pulled it all out.
Watching something like this play out, as council president, I only had what I could actually rein in during the meetings. We don't have the committee system like we had prior. We don't have the legislative process we had prior, where as a council president, I could demand that process and say, this is what we should be doing. And at this point, as you can see, what we've done is, as of last October, on the night of a meeting, we passed something. Then everybody caught up, including the public, the businesses, the residents, on both sides of it. We watched this play out. Yeah. We saw the administration not leading this change, with the exception of actually just painting those lines and performing the, quote, trial as quickly as possible and just letting it start. That process-wise was a subjective decision.
The
administration did that the way they could do it. However, the council did what they did with a majority vote and kicked it off within 5 minutes of everybody else.
The mayor said there's nothing that he could have done.
Listen, if you have knowledge and you have a plan to do something, execute something, if requested by a legislative body, you then have the next two pieces of what I believe a leader should be. That's the leader I would be. Knowledge, plan, okay? But then you have to appropriately engage and cheerlead. Now, in this case, it wouldn't be cheerleading. This would have been before those lines went down in the first place. You have to step forward, rip the Band-Aid off and say, listen, there is a majority vote that wants to try this. We're going to do it. So let's drive this through the public and appropriately to see what happened, because they did it anyways. We are where we are right now. All right, the last piece, okay, that is missing is actually caring about the city and caring about everybody who is involved. That, I believe, needs to be part of process. That is part of legislative process. You are supposed to, as an elected official, accept the fact that you have to consider all of the opinions that are on the floor and in the public and coming to you, regardless if you agree with them or not. And as an administration, okay, as a mayor moving forward, January 1st, okay, I will absolutely be bringing everyone to the table regardless of how people feel about something, because we have to listen to each other before we even try to make a change.
Will you attend the common council meetings?
Absolutely, when necessary, okay? The mayor should not be there every single meeting, etc. But especially with something like that, I absolutely would have been there. Absolutely. For two reasons. One, the administration, by virtue of the mayor himself or herself, should have been there, okay? But two, if something like that was going to happen, there should have been feedback immediately between the administration and the common council saying, how are we going to move this forward? I got caught off guard with this as well and had to give a PowerPoint presentation from my perspective to the council 2 weeks later saying, if we're going to do this, this is the process we should take. All of it was ignored. Okay, it shouldn't have been ignored. But as a mayor, it wouldn't have been ignored. That's what we need injected into this. Because, listen, when we proceed like this, people get angry and people get divided. We cannot, at this stage of the game, the way we've come forward in the last couple decades in this city, divide people. We have to bring people together no matter what is going on. That's what I'll be doing.